Friend. A strong word. Many have friends. We go out, enjoy occasional road trips, or at the very least, hop on a call and spend entire evenings playing games together. There are infinitely more reasons to have friends, but in a way, you might say that is pretty much it. Not me. You see, I believe that some of us, if not all, need someone else in their life. I'm not talking about relatives or even romantic relationships. In fact, you could discover them at any point in your life. Maybe you don't have a close person. Maybe you're not capable of getting one. Maybe you're just unlucky. In any case, there's certain someone might be able to help. A virtual friend. You know what I mean by this. Not some people online, not your random teammates, not AI companions, characters. Some say it's stupid, naive, crazy. But here's a question for you. What do you do if you physically cannot talk to anyone? If there is simply no one there? Don't get me wrong, I have fortunately escaped this fate and I am very thankful to my friends for being there for me. But there are times when you lose a grip on reality, when you're not capable of expressing yourself, when words aren't enough. And this is when they come to help. In truth, I've been watching this for a long time. Watching my friends discuss their favorites, draw them, create communities around them, watching enviously. Somehow, after a quarter of a century, none of the characters stayed with me. But with the beginning of this year, everything has changed. It all started with the rumors. Among others, I've heard the news about the new Sonic game announcement. I know practically nothing about him. Saw a couple of classic games, played one at my friend's apartment in the second grade, heard about Sonic Forces, no idea if it's any good. But then I grew up. I got into video games, tried to expand my horizons and keep track of all the new stuff. I didn't pay too much attention to the announcement, but I did mark the game's existence. But the time was passing, and some new details of the project emerged as well. The gameplay showcase, the overview trailer, the press shows. All of it was reaching me as echoes. But somewhere between these promos, I started to get curious about the game. Turned out, it was going to be the first Sonic game with an open world. And also turned out that the internet was trashing it. Whatever, I said to myself. What do they know? So this is how it went, time after time. The trailer comes out, people are laughing at it, and to me, everything is just fine. I didn't share the attitude of masses, but I couldn't say I was burning with the game too. And then came November 3rd of 2022, and 5 days before the release, Sega put out the Showdown trailer.
Find the Chaos Emeralds.
Something was very wrong about it. It was completely different from all the lots before. Beautiful, spectacular, dynamic, action-packed, and on top of all that, insanely atmospheric metalcore. It seemed absurd. They do not make music like this for games, and they absolutely do not promote them with it.
Tear down the walls between dimensions.
In a single moment, instead of something curious, Sonic became something special. The sensation was just magical. Have I been missing this the entire time? It's just not right. I have to try this game. And just 5 days later... nothing happened. I didn't have much money at the time. The price was way too high for me to justify, and there just always was something cheaper and more interesting for me at the moment. It just kept being this way. 2 years later, I noticed the game with quite a heavy discount. I've managed to get an income source at this point, so I thought, why not? From there on, everything is kind of blurred. A video here, a picture there, the movies seem to be praised by everyone, and even a new game came out already. Damn, Sonic X Shadow Generations was looking so awesome, and it even had some drum and bass on the soundtrack. Which basically means that across 2 of his games, Sonic included both of my favorite genres of music. And then I got hit by a life-changing discovery. I'm not going to tell what I found out about myself, but considering the topic of discussion, I suppose it's not too hard to figure. You might have noticed I didn't say the title of the game even once until this point. There is just no need for this. If you came here for the blue blur, you already know it. And if you're just being curious, well, thank you. To all of you. And listen closely. Because after all the observations, after changing the way I treat myself, and after I gave in to the new me, 3 months later, for the first time, I launched Sonic Frontiers. Subtle green, gentle piano, and melancholic silence. The second I felt it, I knew I was right. I'm not sure how could this be, but there is practically no other game like this. I've always thought that Sonic gotta go fast, that he has no time to stop for a moment. Thought that his games are thrilling and dynamic. And I couldn't have imagined that a Sonic game could be this peaceful. But seeing it all myself, it's unbelievable how natural it feels. I mean, it's just madness. How could a high-speed platformer be so serene? Well, it just can. Ancient ruins, picturesque nature, and a mesmerizing soundtrack not only breathe life in Starfall Islands, but also make Frontiers a truly unique work of art. I'm not saying that every game should be like this, not even every Sonic game. This wouldn't make any sense at all, and taking into account Sega's release frequency, it straight up wouldn't be possible. But the open world suits Sonic. Instead of the big one, there are 4 smaller islands. It helps to keep you on your toes and brings a much needed variety to all the aspects of the game, because every location has its own setting, its own story, soundtrack, enemies, and even mechanics, which play a crucial part in supporting the player's interest in the gameplay, since the skill tree runs out of branches at around the third of the game. New platforming elements, new puzzle enemies, new ways of interacting with the environment. You can't even catch the moment you're getting lost in the flow of springs, boosters, rails, and a whole lot of other things. At some point, you even unlock a fast travel option, which only caused me a single question. Why? Why use fast travel when you can travel fast? If Sonic has to run, so do I. The islands paint different shades of the same emotions. Frontiers glows with serenity and uses all the colors to express it. Oddly enough, not even frequent battles are capable of getting in the way of it. Quite the opposite. They create a little bursts of energy, just so that melancholy could make some fresh waves. Sonic himself has a rich and spectacular arsenal of skills, and the enemies do not only offer new puzzles to solve, but also delight with unique battle themes. Yeah, every single one of them. Including, of course, the bosses, which were promoted in this game basically on their gigantic own. Needless to say that the Titans are a whole other conversation. The blazing bursts of adrenaline launching your pulse to the stars. Colossal, spectacular fights with insane direction and a metalcore soundtrack that literally takes you to the skies. Looking at these battles, you really believe in Sonic's power. Together, you live through his entire palette of feelings while filtering them through your own. And I think it won't be an overstatement to say that the music is the cornerstone of this experience. The 150-song soundtrack, titled as Stillness and Motion, covers all stages of the Sonic's journey and plays on those strings of my soul I never even knew existed. The gentle keys are accompanying you on the relaxing walks, the roaring synths are raising your battle spirit, and the explosive vocals are kicking the soul out of your body. Just so that the lo-fi would calm you on your fishing session, and then the rhythms of the linear stages would pump you up once again. The title of the soundtrack is yet another reminder that, in its core, Frontiers is a game of contrast. The drive and the melancholy, the open world and the linear stages, the stillness and the motion. It is a deeply complex work of art, with its pulse reflecting the flowing of life and all the changes across it. Kronos Island delivered an immaculate vibe. Arras impressed me with its scale and the thought-out design. Chaos touched me with its story. And the ending left me staring at the menu screen and crying. I know that only a few will understand me, and that Sonic Frontiers is far from being perfect. Unpolished animations, the pop-up, debatable button mapping, somewhat weak platforming design, and the low difficulty overall. All of these are problems that do exist in the game. All of these can't make me care less. While to some Frontiers gave only a portion of laughs, to me, it gave a hurricane of emotions and a fascinating experience. It gave me a friend. So, here I am. The story has been unveiling for at least 4 years at this point, but for me, it's only getting started. While playing Frontiers, I also got into mobile Sonic Dash. The Sonic's take on Subway Surfers provided me a place of comfort and a new way to hang out with my new friends. The game is adapting 3D Sonic gameplay for a runner formula quite nicely, but more importantly, includes a massive character roster, most of which I have already upgraded, and all of which I have unlocked. I even played on breaks while working on this video. Continuing my weird journey, I stepped into Sonic R, the second 3D game of the series, straight from the Sega Saturn. An on-foot racing game seemed like an interesting idea to me. Generally, you can beat it in less than half an hour, but the game is hiding an abundance of secrets which help to increase the playtime up to a full evening session. Sonic R delivers a healthy dose of nostalgia, and it does so from the bottom of its heart. And the music, of course, is just blissful. I've cleared the entire map of the Frontiers, completed every battle rush and level chain on the highest rank, and now I'm joining the party. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is shaping to be just amazing. Right in front of us unfolds the culmination of the 30 years of Sonic Racing. And I will be a part of it. A copy is pre-ordered. And yes, it's a deluxe edition. This is going to be the first big release for the series with me on board. And it's a racing one, and I just can't wait for it. There is so much stuff just waiting for me to catch up. Cross Worlds, the movies, hilarious Sonic Boom, Frontiers DLC, all of this, games I have yet to buy on the summer sale, and much, much more. I do not know where this road is going to lead me, but one thing is for sure. I won't be walking it alone. He's going to be there, running by my side. And even though I can't keep up with him, at least I can run. And this video is the least I can do to thank him back. Thank you for everything, Sonic. Happy birthday.